Hello.
Hi.
10 minutes late.
Oh, I need headphones.
You did my sparkly jack.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
We're back. Fashionably late.
Hello.
Better late than
All
never.
right. We're running 10 minutes later than we said we'd be.
We're amateurs.
Making the same mistakes over and over again.
We thought we'd learn after
City's just taking my
all this
job
time, but no.
and tweeting when I should be tweeting. What the heck? Okay. So welcome to the people that are here. I have no idea how many people there are. I know we got maybe.
It says 6.
So,
Yeah, now there's 6.
There was 10 at one point.
7
I saw
now.
12. I don't know what just happened. Okay.
Sanne joined.
7. Hey.
Okay, is this working?
Yes.
Okay. Thank God. So what are the technical difficulties, you guys?
So
My
many
webcam's
to
not
read.
working. So now I am the ominous
So
voice
our stream's off
of the round table.
Oh, that's
Usual.
beautiful.
Pretty par for the course.
This is what happened.
Oh, hey, my mom is in the chat.
Hey.
Hey.
That was perfect.
Hey,
All
we're
of the
professionals.
Okay, so spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, no, that's what we're here to
Season
discuss.
4.
All those fun spoilers.
And stuff everyone knows.
And we're gonna have to really,
from the trailer.
because we're insane and we like.
Yeah, we're
And obsessive, and like we obsess over every single detail.
Basically.
We just don't stop.
I'll just drag us all. It's okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn this
Oh, we
off.
got
It's actually
16.
kind of
We got
annoying.
16 now.
Just did a
Hello.
brief sharing spree.
Sorry for
Team
that
Devlin,
wild
if you
ride.
actually join us, let us know in the chat.
Yeah, say hi. This
we're
is
not
like a
gonna
group
know.
discussion. You
Okay,
guys
I'm
just
gonna
need to
try to
watch.
sit still, I promise.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
Where's the rough star? We got it, though. Hello, everybody.
Someone has friends. Jesus.
What's up? Let me lighten the
sick.
mood
I feel
with
like
some
badly.
emojis.
The ominous voice.
I feel like
of
we
the
should
round
talk
table
about
is dying.
Ezekiel first.
Oh,
We should talk about Ezekiel first because they're
Yes,
most.
we should always talk about
just-
Ezekiel first.
Is there?
yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
I feel like. Yeah.
I feel like at some point we really just need to rename ourselves to the Ezekiel Jones fan club.
Maybe.
we
It's
are.
implied.
Maybe.
I couldn't do that to myself.
We'll just make that. We already have that. It's called the Thunderdome. Thank you very much.
It's
For
not
real,
the
though.
Thunderdome anymore.
That-
Now it's the gay agenda.
Oh,
Yeah, but like,
right.
it's still.
I need to be
Quick update.
And yet the majority of the people in there are girls.
Well, that's who's really running
Don't
the
think
game.
about logics, okay?
We're spilling their secrets.
Well, also mostly gay, but like whatever.
HMU
But-
with the gay agenda, you guys. I got everything.
So, the coolest thing we found out about Ezekiel this season is that we're gonna see young Ezekiel. But we
Yeah,
don't
we're gonna
know.
see-
Yes! Oh my god!
Yeah, his
My
family.
body is
and-
ready, my everything is ready.
We're all very excited,
But are we
obviously.
ready? Are we actually ready? Like,
We're gonna get
No,
some zebra
You know
hair.
it's not gonna be good. Like, you know it's gonna be adorable, but it's gonna make it worse because there's no way, for one, meeting his family is gonna be good. Like, that's.
Also,
We all know.
I'm gonna
actor
die.
who plays young
Yeah, no, it's gonna
Ezekiel
hurt.
is the cutest child I've ever seen in my life, including
I
myself.
That's what I was gonna
Jesus
bring up
Christ.
next.
No,
It's
Sarah.
literally the cutest kid, you guys.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's
So
We
we have
literally
that
have
kid.
never seen a kid that could actually play John Kim more than this kid.
Right?
yeah, like it's perfect.
But also, like,
I
we're
was-
gonna have to watch that adorable kid go through whatever turns
Suffer.
Ezekiel into Ezekiel.
Oh, God.
No.
And it's
Yeah.
so basically we're all gonna die. To death.
Like, I'm saying I'm ready, but I know I'm not.
Enjoy it on the way.
But we
Okay.
don't know if we're gonna see him young because he gets like de-aged or anything,
True.
or if it's because we get a flashback. Because the show's not big on flashbacks,
It's-
we
That's
know.
very true.
They've
But-
literally
But
done
Dean
a
Devlin said this was going to be more personal and a lot different, and that could mean that he's going to go against his grain that he did apparently in Leverage and up until now about
Leverage
the whole
had a lot of
family
flashbacks
stuff.
though.
And there's also, you gotta
Not-
keep
I
in
don't-
mind,
I-
remember we saw John in the wig too, that was absolutely his season
Yes,
one
I
hair?
never forget.
Oh my gosh.
So there's probably gonna
I'm
be
looking
like
at that picture.
multiple flashbacks. Like we're gonna see
the
like
Bieber
a couple
hair.
years far back. Yeah, we saw the
Mhm.
Bieber hair.
Oh my god.
The Bieber hair.
I'm so glad he did that.
I'm so glad. Like,
pull it
no,
off.
he pulled it off. Oh no, Rachel's.
Oh no, Rachel dropped.
He did pull it off,
Guys,
but he kept the wig not as much because the wig isn't real.
let's just
looks so
see if we can
funny.
figure out
Anything
how to do this.
Literally, he can pull anything off.
So
Okay,
Anything he
Summer.
wants to.
Sorry.
I'm
She
about
gets
to show you guys. There we go, beautiful. Make sure it stays on me. Here's our
I was just
fun
about to actually link
young Ezekiel.
in the description.
Oh my gosh. He's so
For
perfect.
those of you who have
so
not
precious
seen what he
I've
looks
never seen
like,
in my life.
literally the cutest kid ever.
Oh.
Oh, I
I don't know
can't.
what that's from. But
He's
yeah,
gonna suffer. I can't wait to see him break.
Okay. Here's a
Yeah,
point of
thank you. Very
discussion,
good job.
though. I'm pretty sure we aren't actually sure which episode he's in right now because we only know that he is playing young Ezekiel from one website source, and
I mean-
that said that he was in And the Hidden Sanctuary, and I've known spoilers to be kind of off before for this show.
Can I?
What?
John told Alex and I that it was episode 2 that he's
Episode
supposed to be
okay.
in. And
Makes
when we were
sense.
like, oh, but IMDb says episode 8, he was like, oh, I guess there might just be bits of him in 8 too.
Oh shit.
He's
So
he's like
I'm gonna trust John on this one. I don't know. IMDb wasn't there.
IMDb has
but it wasn't even IMDb.
and it could still be the case. But John was like, yeah, no, it's episode 2.
So we're getting primarily him in episode 2, but maybe we'll get some
Him in
flashes.
episode, yeah. Or like a picture or
What?
something.
Episode 2 is the
And-
one with the patron of thieves and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
technically basically the first episode. You
It's
know,
also,
the premiere.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the casino episode because that's the one that's called Steel.
That's still
Yeah, I think it's the casino
Steel
one.
Fortune.
Ooh.
It's definitely the casino one. But do you think the vault is something different? Because we have a picture of
Ezekiel in the vault.
that black
We
outfit
have
next
to-
to the vault.
When was that posted? Because I mean, we could figure it out based on that.
Yeah, we could, except
Oh my
because we know that John,
We've
that they have a
become such
tendency-
detectives from this
Oh,
freaking
no.
show.
sometimes, especially John, like they'll post stuff like a lot later without specifying what time it was done, so that it's like they'll try and like have it where you can't really tell the episodes, but we can because we've seen the outfits and stuff, and we're like, was a long time ago, or it wasn't, you know. But I think that was posted in the in the middle of their filming, if I can remember. I'm sure she's looking. But he had a backpack on that reminded me a lot of the Point of Salvation backpack, so I was like, true.
So I just experienced some major league lag.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just worried about the stream. Fucking
Do you?
Wi-Fi.
I don't want to burden you, Maggie, but do you want to officially tweet it out now?
Oh shit!
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm assuming
I mean, I know Kira tweeted it out, but the official list of the roundtable didn't.
Oh wait.
Get it
Get it
out!
out. Yeah.
As soon as I said that, it appeared on Twitter.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
jeez.
She knows.
Psychic.
Oh my god!
17 seconds before I said it. I feel so bad now.
So John's murdering us with these confirmations. You're right. No, yeah. He kills us in every way, every day. Every
True.
Ooh, like that.
10 out of
line.
10 can confirm.
Should we talk about that one behind the scenes picture where with him in the bruise makeup?
Oh, Kira, you know the way to my heart, honey.
Me and Sanne are instantly both like,
Hey, can you guys see me again?
Yes,
I know.
Rachel, I can see your beautiful face.
I think I have a solution to my problem that I just have.
My internet decided to die, and my parents' dog just got into a fight with my cat. That's fantastic.
Oh, cool. It's fun.
Oh,
Yes.
Maggie disappeared?
Maggie's back.
What?
the
Oh, Maggie's
bruise
back.
makeup.
Yes,
Oh, I just dropped the call didn't end. The stream is still going?
Yeah.
We're alright? Oh, thank
We're good.
God.
Alright,
Okay.
so the question in the chat was the what makeup. So it was basically John posted a picture of himself after having like really bad bruises and like aesthetically like cut up face. But the caption
Oh,
was
yeah,
you should
and
see
it
the
was-
other guy.
I'm trying to
He's
find the
gonna
picture.
get in a fight.
You better.
But you should see the other guy.
And that was
Okay, but
posted.
then we should ask ourselves, where the hell is Jake? Because normally Jake steps in to get his face beaten up.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
What if Jake's the
Oh,
other
what if
guy?
he-
That's what
Oh
shit!
Oh shit!
Brain
What
twins
if they get into
activate.
a fight?
Don't even go there.
Alternatively, what if they get into a bar fight together? Like where they're on the same.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay,
way
Alternatively,
better.
what if this is
I would be
episode
so
2
here
and that's
for that.
Ezekiel's family?
Okay, calm down. But I'm pretty sure, wasn't it posted around the time? And it was his, and that was on his story,
Okay.
so we know that that's not posted later, usually.
Yeah, he-
Not okay.
And it was
he's a
posted
slut
around
for
the
his
time
Instagram
they
stories.
were. It was posted around the time they had the episode.
Kelly, me too.
Yeah, I agree, Kelly, but I have to say, for the sake of clarity.
What?
Kelly wrote in the chat. Ezekiel
Oh.
around sex. Yes.
Oh my god.
I mean, okay, and when they met, he did shove him against a wall, and he seemed happy about it. So it's not like it's away from the realm of possibility, as far as that goes. But I'm pretty sure that wasn't that posted around the episode where one of the characters supposedly gets caught in a prison chain gang, and we have all these pictures of a bunch of prisoners and stuff, and Ezekiel's in like a really white shirt and that, and and he's probably wanted, so. I wanted
There's
On high
some people that
demand.
want him here.
He's definitely wanted here.
Take us in love.
Christ, guys.
But after he's been so aggressive.
Oh my god, there are too many.
There are too many.
Okay, best thing ever or worst nightmare, guys? Decide now.
Yo, I'm dead. I'm gonna die.
My
If I
those of you
leave
who
the
don't
call, it
know,
won't end the
Maggie-
broadcast, right?
Maggie
No,
is
I'm
a
gonna
creative,
eject
beautiful
second
genius
Maggie.
behind
Hold
all of
on.
our live streams. And
We
so this is very
ejected second
difficult.
Maggie.
This is a very, very difficult time for us all.
Also, why are
Maggie,
you guys
Maggie is the
talking
goddess
about
of the live stream.
Ezekiel rough sex? I'm very confused.
What?
Honey,
Kelly.
don't ask
Why
about
is that in the
please.
chat?
Wait.
So,
It's because it belongs there.
What?
I
No!
was about to,
Insert
like,
shy
unplug
monkey
my
here.
Wi-Fi and plug it back in. I don't know.
Don't
God.
try and
Maggie.
silence Kelly.
Question. Did anyone understand any of the words that were just said?
No.
Because I definitely didn't.
He just got asked what do
All
we
I
think.
heard was Shy Monkey. Was all I heard.
Okay, but
Kelly
Kelly
wants
just
to
asked what do
know-
you ladies think about Nicole Noon coming back?
Legit.
I'm so excited. I love her. And I don't really want her and Eve to be enemies. I don't want cattiness. But at the same time,
Me neither.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I
I hope
Why?
not.
It feels like
She-
something that Dean wouldn't want to do. And like it's
I have
I
no
mean-
opinion.
it's not a kind of trope that I feel like any of the writers
Summer, join me.
That's true.
It could.
I didn't get into the original movies enough to have enough of an opinion on Nicole.
Nicole did nothing wrong. She's
No,
really a
she
light to
didn't.
me. She's
Yeah.
great.
I mean, they already kind of did like the romantic triangle thing with Moriarty, so like,
And it could
Yeah, I
mirror
don't want
that,
them
really
to
no
do it.
point.
but Eve is so much different from Flynn, like, and that's really obvious in the show. So maybe she would handle that situation differently than Flynn would. I don't see her being.
Oh yeah, she definitely.
Eve
would.
just comes out with a knife.
I hope she would handle it differently.
Listen, bitch.
There can only be one.
Honestly, no. If I were Eve, I'd just be like, you know what? I'm just getting Moriarty, okay? Like this is not.
Foursome.
Rachel,
I do.
calm down. Calm
School
down.
librarian, I got my book boyfriend.
I want Moriarty back.
Same.
Same.
If he ever
Same.
gets on my
Same.
nerve, I'll just shut the book.
We need David Lee back. David Lee wants to be back. He said so on Twitter. Make it
Yeah,
happen.
They could probably even come up with a different role for him.
Guys, Frankenstein.
Me too.
I also love him.
Bring him back.
I've been bitching about this since season 2. Come
At
on.
the very least, there needs to be an opening to an episode where all of them are at a football game.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're kind of
That
an Amy
would be
Meyer
so
back.
great.
I tweeted
Yes.
the actor about it, and he was totally going for it. I was just like, let this happen, please. Come on.
Okay, but this seems like
I
a
want
good
Amy Meyer
time.
back so much.
This seems like a good time to talk about some other spoilers we know, and fans of the Round Table should know, is the possibility of Cindy and Estrella coming back this season.
Did you say Estrella? I'm so.
I'm from the Northwest, okay? I'm at Estrella.
Estrella.
I know.
Fight,
She says
fight.
Rihanna.
Estrella.
Summer just talked about that.
Australia at first, and I was
Don't tell the world how I pronounce that name. Don't do it.
I'm sorry.
I don't think I've ever laughed that
That's a
hard
good
in my
idea,
life.
guys. No, they just threw out in the chat that we should have an episode with.
I would love an
characters
episode
and,
with all the secondary characters and Ezekiel, because he's the nicest to them and would be the most likely to go back.
I'm
Because
sorry,
we're all
Maggie,
trapped.
Can you repeat what you were saying? I'm sorry.
That's
Your eyes.
why let's not even lie to ourselves.
Summer, I love you.
Kelly said, I can't wait to see new Cassandra female friends this season. Oh, me too.
Oh yeah,
Female friends. Scalp.
I can't wait to see them in the comics, the comic books.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
Great.
Listen.
Yes.
Cassandra is so close to being Casanova, and that needs to be a thing.
I agree, we do need to see more Morgan.
Casanova, that needs to...
I honestly want to see more group nicknames because, like, I know the cast has a lot of nicknames for each other. So, like,
I want
I
Lamia
need
back.
that.
Yes. Yes. Same. I do. When are we gonna go from Jones to Zeke? Because, like, as a normal
To
thing.
be
'cause
honest,
I need
like,
this.
Christian Kane calls John Kim Crazy Legs. So, like, when are we going to go from Jones to Crazy Legs?
That would be
That's
so
the truth.
amazing.
Okay,
I need that in my life.
what? He calls him that?
Yes.
Why do those two, why are they...
It's on Instagram. He captions and pretty much everything with John as Crazy Legs.
Oh my god. Jake,
I have so
all
many
that.
questions about the cast of this show, honestly.
They're my favorite people on the planet.
I know that
That's why you know it's real.
I'm pretty sure that John calls Lindy LB, which I think is really cute.
That
It
is
is.
cute.
Aww.
It is real.
Yeah, Adepta
He
batteries.
should-
I like
really
that.
hope
Same.
I hope Ezekiel eventually then starts calling Cassandra Cece. Even though it brings up
No!
associations.
No!
It does bring up some uncomfortable associations, I just realized.
Yeah!
If not for that, it would be so cute.
It would, but it wouldn't. Stop. No. Please
We're all
don't.
like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, just don't. Like, I like his
For crazy legs. Flynn, have you seen John Kim's legs? It's obvious why he's crazy legs.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh, my favorite thing is when he was
Crazy
in
I
abs would
need-
be a little more appropriate.
I
Crazy
need a
abs.
Stumpy reference. Yes, Kelly. Yes. You're on a roll, honey! You're on a
Kelly
roll!
We need a
I can't
Stumpy
I can't
reference.
see the chat. Can someone tell me what Kelly said?
We need Stumpy, let's be real.
Jake can call Ezekiel babe. I think that's what. Oh,
Crashing.
I thought that's what I assumed.
That's every
Yes.
Ezekiel fanfiction ever.
You're right. Babe is usually the word.
But I mean, I'm not complaining.
such a-
Cassekiel or Jazekiel? I
Jazz.
can barely hear you. Okay.
Jazz.
Ezekiel.
I can see John.
Jazz hands. Ezekiel.
I mean, we have a group chat called the Gay Agenda. I
I've
think
never
we all
seen
know.
a fic where he calls him babe.
Although I feel like
Rachel!
things
Blocking it.
I've read a few. I'm about to link you some in the
Get ready. Get ready.
What was that?
Big wreck.
Did you guys just hear a scream just now, or was that from outside my window?
Yeah, no,
I'm
that,
used to it.
that was
What
me.
was? Okay.
That was me.
Okay.
Are you alright, Nancy?
I have little brothers,
I
okay?
live in a haunted house, okay? I don't need that. I don't need to be hearing random screams.
Sabrina, at least this year we're talking about his legs. Well,
You know, speaking of
I
characters
think
coming
that
back,
means it's time to transition into talking about John.
We can talk about more than his legs if you want.
I refuse.
I'm sure we would all be
can
fine.
we get back on track?
Yeah, like,
Kara, sorry about that.
I don't know why I have to be the one to say it, but I guess I have to be the one to say it.
episode
Keep
10.
us together, please.
Okay, but first I want to
Episode 10.
Okay, all right.
let's talk about Becks coming back. How about we talk about Amy coming back, please?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk
Okay.
I
about.
love Amy.
And
Because
also, you
I love
know, she
Amy.
also just like properly came out to the whole world. So now we get a guest character that is queer as well as a queer main character, and I'm just excited.
Okay, yeah.
So beautiful.
Kara, go.
Okay, but when we were at the meetup, John told us about how Cindy was no, not Cindy.
Lucy.
He wishes
Yeah.
Lucy was supposed. Yeah, John wishes.
So,
But Lucy was supposed to be Amy.
Yeah.
And I really want to see both.
so does that mean that
because
Amy was supposed to be with Cassandra?
Well, there's yeah. I don't know if they were supposed to be like together, but they were supposed to like
Yeah,
have that
there
friendship.
was, like,
same
an
way that
implied
she was with
connection.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but now we have Lucy and Amy, and obviously they're very different characters now, and I really like them both, and I would like them both back. But we have a hint that Amy might be coming back because of that tweet that Becks sent.
Is it really
Just a stack
at this
of
point?
books.
But like,
Just a
everyone,
hint. Like, it was totally her just being like,
Yes,
yeah, I'm
we-
on the show. Because, like, John retweeted it and all that stuff. Like, it's totally, she was there.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
John could retweet everything that she posted. He has a crush on her.
He does.
True.
oh, okay, I don't know.
Sorry.
Maybe a pass.
Sorry, John, if you're watching this.
Let's put that.
John's not watching this. He's at a Patriots game or whatever. He's having too much fun in New York right now.
Why would he watch us? He had.
He can
got
keep
enough
having
of
fun
us.
in New York.
He got enough of us at the meetup, I think.
Oh, he's, like, absolutely sick of Alex and I by now, I'm sure.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That
Oh,
must be
he would give you-
terrible.
He would give you guest passes because he's sick of you. That
Yeah,
makes
exactly.
complete sense.
He definitely-
Yeah, totally.
Sure.
Don't want to see that.
Rib
Yeah, it must be terrible to have him be sick of seeing your face. Oh
Right?
god, that's awful.
It must be terrible.
Me and Sanne don't relate.
I feel like I'm being very much dragged right now, and I don't appreciate it.
Oh, don't you? Don't you appreciate it? Do not appreciate it.
I think
That stinks. Almost stinks as much as not being
I think our fans want us to talk about Jedi Jenkins.
We should absolutely talk about Jedi Jenkins.
Yes!
Jedi Jenkins.
Let's go!
It's gonna be so awesome, and the best part is it's obviously in like the first 4 episodes. Like it's probably gonna be like in the premiere, and I'm so ready for it.
Oh yeah, because we know it's less likely that he would be fighting like that in the later episodes.
Yep. We all know why. And that's something we can't talk about. God
We can't talk about that.
Yeah.
Guys, we're like made a list of
we know
things
so
we can't
much.
talk about.
Yeah, it's sad.
We know so much, and we're not allowed to say it, and it's physically paining us to not be able to say it.
See, this is why I'm glad. See, this is why I'm glad that I have no memory whatsoever, because I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I'm pretty sure I have learned it.
You probably have.
It's totally fine for me to not be able to give away any spoilers.
We only talk about it in the Gay Agenda chat. Oh, that's for all the spoilers.
Yeah,
it's like the exclusive club.
I've definitely forgotten them all.
We're like the Freemasons of the Librarians family.
Sanne, you know what we're talking about, right? I totally linked you in our separate chat.
Yeah.
After the stream, can someone link those?
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Someone just send her pictures of that script.
Yeah. That we totally don't have, because that would be bad.
Well, no, we don't have the full script. They
don't have anything.
They gave us sides, but the sides happen to have, like, a lot of the important stuff, because episode 409 has, like, a subplot to it.
And we were like...
So, what we saw that day was, like, basically the filler episode part, but the script, everything crossed out was, like, the subplot. So we know, like, one of the subplots of the whole season.
Well, we were on
We're
set.
making Erin worried.
It was so funny how Rebecca Remain wouldn't look at us at all.
Erin, honey, I actually almost gave it away while we were at the meetup.
Yeah, that was so funny.
While we were playing bingo. And you guys all caught it, and I had to stop myself.
And then, that was when John was there, so it would have been extra bad. Like, I'm pretty sure we already got him on trouble with the live streams. Like,
oh no!
Yeah, something happened.
I'm 90% sure.
99.999.
Get back on track.
Sorry.
I can't believe I'm the one saying it for once, but we should probably get
I'm so proud.
I know, it's a miracle.
Right?
Okay, you know what? Kelly just brought up the wedding, and I feel like we need to talk about that.
Yes.
Like,
It's not a wedding.
It's not a real wedding. It's very obviously a wedding metaphor.
It's even better.
Like, they did the music, the white clothes,
They definitely
the
want us to think that's what it's going to be, and then they think they're going to throw us off, but we're too smart for that.
I like how everyone thought that they were at a funeral last season, and it was actually just they were giving Flynn an intervention.
Yeah, that was
one of my favorite moments. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, I know.
I know they're in all black, but like I don't think it's actually a funeral. They would look nicer.
Hey, what are we talking about? I'm sorry.
when they read their list of complaints to Flynn.
In Trial of the Triangle.
Oh,
yes.
And they tried to make it.
Yes.
And everyone thought it was a funeral. Oh yeah.
I didn't. I just want to point out that I didn't.
People in this chat were saying that it was that someone was gonna die and it was a funeral, and I was like, guys, they're not dressed nicely.
The funeral was they were dressed.
The funeral was with Charlene.
Yeah, the funeral for Charlene was they were dressed nicer.
Yeah, I can't remember what
the pictures that you guys were talking about. It was from the reading Flynn for Filth.
They were wearing black. Who knows at this point? It's whatever. We know what it was now. And honestly, I wouldn't put it past the show to, like, make it wedding-ish, but not really. So we're all just like, okay, no, they're basically married, but, not like...
They also like to trip us up.
I feel like, it's...
They made it really obvious in the promo, though. Like, the wedding music and, like that was...
too obvious. I think we all...
Yeah, the more obvious something gets, the more I'm like, okay, something's...
Well, I wouldn't say we're smart.
I might have been watching too much Blacklist.
Because that's not something really that this show has done in the past, I don't think. Like, just really throw us off in that sort of sense?
Well, we know that the set filming of, like, the the library with all like the arch was like finale timeline of filming. What I think is gonna happen is they're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna do the ceremony thing, and that's when Nicole shows up and they have all this drama and they don't actually do it till the very end of the season.
You know, you're probably right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. That's probably exactly what happens. Or it's a dream.
No!
Maggie, apparently you're a god.
I know, I noticed that, Sabrina. My webcam is actually broken. That was half of our technical issues. My webcam won't come on. Don't know why. So, you know, until I get that fixed, I'm going to be an omnipotent god speaking from
the shield,
voice of our symbol.
the coat of arms.
The
I
coat
already
of
have
arms.
like 9 of them.
She is the shy monkey.
She's the siege perilous.
I am the shy monkey. Can we talk about, I know it's off topic, but I'm still dying that we made the shy monkey our symbol because John went through that phase where he used it all the time, and now he doesn't use it at
No,
all.
he never uses it.
It's just us.
Did we ruin it for him, or?
We
It's
ruined
possible,
his
but
I
live
don't think he even
memes.
knows that's why we picked it.
Hey, we
Like-
didn't ruin his live memes. Other people did, and also possibly him going on to set.
Yeah.
You didn't go that far. He like
Him making bad decisions based on us, the fans.
Well, maybe.
want me to stop
We can't
because-
say for sure.
Or someone like was being real weird on it, and he was like, "I'm done," because he stopped using Snapchat because people kept sending them pictures of their junk.
Which
I
is
don't
really inappropriate.
I don't blame you.
Pictures of their what?
Way to ruin it
Whatsoever.
for everybody.
I wanted to say it was a dick move. Oh my god.
Wait, when did this happen?
Wait, what?
I was not aware that was the reason why John got rid of his Snapchat.
Okay,
Yes,
guys, everyone
that is why
talking
John got
at
rid of
once
his
and I can't
Snapchat.
understand. Wait, what?
That was a dick move.
People send
Oh,
pictures of
no.
their dicks.
Oh my god.
Did
why
they-
do,
oh,
why do
jeez.
people exist? Just honestly.
That's probably why he turned off his like Instagram messaging too for stories. Like that makes a lot of sense.
And like,
God.
people
There was someone at
weirdly
the
racist
panel.
on the live memes a lot of the time. And I was like,
I know.
Okay, can we get back on
I
track?
noticed that.
But someone at the
Yeah.
panel, you guys, like literally at one point told John after they asked their question that they would happily hose them down, and hose him down, and I was like, what the fuck?
Guys,
They
"Oh
were-
my
they
god, I
were-
want to die."
They were
Like,
joking about how, like, for, like, scenes in the last season when they got wet, like, they had to keep John damp, and, like, there was someone whose job was literally to hose him down every once in a while to
Guys.
keep his clothes
so
wet.
I don't think I would ever
And
say
someone, when they
anything,
went up to ask their
like-
question, was like, John, I'd gladly hose you down any day of the week. And
Oh,
I was like,
God.
why?
There are
Listen, I'm not-
boundaries.
Oh.
There are
that
things that you
person.
think,
Like,
and then there
Sure,
are things that you
Tell
say.
him.
Why would you say that in public? Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I keep thinking about it.
I mean, we're bad sometimes, but that's not okay. You know,
Kelly.
That's a line even for us.
I have things
Let's
I need to
talk about-
apologize to John for like my entire life. But
All right,
you know.
Kelly. Me too.
okay, but like,
Kelly,
let's
say-
talk about the panel more. Like Maggie, like the stuff
Hi,
that Dean
I'm
said.
the voice for the panel.
You're the god. Don't.
The siege
I'm
perilous-
still reeling because Dean Devlin hugged me when I introduced myself. Like, that's the
Oh my
level
God.
we've achieved, guys.
guys.
Oh my
The
God,
lit
yes,
Masons.
I got the chat to open on my computer. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's my new nickname for
I'm
us.
proud of you.
We're the lit Masons.
The what Masons?
The lit Masons, like Freemasons, but with
I
lit.
love it. I love it.
I'm changing the
Where-
chat name as we speak.
Where did my life go?
From the gay agenda to the lit Masons, but it means the same thing.
I still need to be invited to that group.
You do.
Oh yeah, I mean honestly,
5
so many people
seconds.
have
I literally.
You're practically
So many
a member
people-
already.
You
You know
did!
as well.
so many people have left by now that there's definitely room. So
Hold on, I'll add you real quick.
Oh God.
We are
I got
not
it.
just gonna recruit where you have to send in your resume.
So, what did I
guys,
just
don't.
miss? Because everything from
Sanne, you didn't have to send in a resume. Don't
very
even pretend.
disturbed.
I did. I'm saying that no one should send in a resume because that's not how we're gonna go for it.
oh bye Aaron.
Bye, Pete.
You're
I'm so confused. What's happening?
Nothing.
Why are we talking about
That's what's happening.
resumes?
We're talking
Um,
about
Guys, we
Lit
need to get Lit
Masons.
Masons trending on Twitter. It's never gonna happen, but we need to try.
That will never happen in a million years. I'm very sorry to tell you.
no,
you said
Hey,
that
it will
about-
never
Has
happen.
spoken. It's
But
not
it will-
going to happen.
It will trend
Fine.
amongst ourselves. Like it will become like
Exactly.
that's like amongst
Wow.
our little interconnected web of people it'll trend. So let's do it.
Kira supports me.
Yeah, I support Rachel in all endeavors, usually.
Oh shit.
That's not a
I
good
mean-
road to go down.
This is. You have to be scared of this power couple, you guys. Just so you know. Power couple, yeah.
Ask John to
That was a
tweet
combination
it.
of me like doing peace sign. I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
But
Instead of finger
Back on the
guns, you're just
topic.
gonna use peace signs. Okay, yeah.
See, the thing about asking John to do anything is that none of us ever ask John to do anything. It's literally Maggie. It's him and Maggie's relationship.
Okay,
We
except
have
for that
no
time.
relationship with John.
No,
It's
except
just
for that
Maggie
time
and John.
I uncovered.
I talked.
What?
I heard my name and
I
Except
talked
for
to
that one time.
and I got really, really scared and I ran away.
There was this one time where I came up with something and I dragged Luna into it because
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
awkward.
that.
And
Yeah, I think Kira will kill us if we talk about that.
yeah, but it was beautiful.
I mean, no, I won't. I don't care. Like for some reason, people like it a lot. But the thing
For
was,
some
the parts
reason,
that,
don't even.
the parts that I'm embarrassed about are the parts that I put in purely for like fan service. Like no lie, I was like, okay, this doesn't really add anything to my story, but it's a fan fiction on AO3.
and I got John to read it.
And then I'm like, no. And like I was fine with everything except for like,
And
two
he
parts.
liked
I was
it.
like,
He liked it. He was
Or at least he said he did.
seriously read it. He was commenting on.
But he read it, yes.
He
And
read it.
that's that.
I had an asthma attack.
Same.
That's
That was
understandable.
the best day.
I was feeling
Sanne
so
gave me an
bad
asthma.
though. I was feeling
No,
so
it's okay.
bad.
At the same time, it does make me happy because, like, I sometimes I'm just like, I've made mistakes, But speaking of stuff, okay, so like back on the topic.
Yes, that was actually about to-
I have a question. I have a question for you guys. Who do you think is gonna be the main antagonist?
the library.
Well, it's supposed to be the library's fritzing out and they think it's evil, and then at the same time, there's this organization, the secret Illuminati organization embedded in like the like church or whatever, like
The Heretical Order of the Shadows?
Oh god.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that one.
The one with John Noble in it. John Noble, I mean, come on.
I think that, and also because of like how we're having so many flashbacks and stuff,
Oh no.
and how Dean said it was like
Maggie's gone.
Yeah.
a personal thing, a more personal season. Like maybe this Order of Shadow starts going after their families and stuff because that's if anyone was really gonna go and find their past, it would be a secret society more than like.
I mean, I don't want to kind of get into too much because obviously there's some things we can't talk about, but I feel like Morgan's coming back at the end of this season.
Yeah,
because of
I
what
do.
we
I would-
know
I do
about certain things.
I've been
I feel like
waiting.
Morgan would be
I
the only
want
one powerful enough.
Kelly
to
says
go
that
for
Dean says
sort of
this
thing.
year is for the fans.
Yeah.
Dean wants to
what
be
does that
real
mean?
for us.
I'm
What
not
does
really
that
sure what
mean?
she means by that. What do you mean by that?
Speaking of the end of the season, we should talk about how it's possible the 2-part finale, which is awesome on its own. Like a 2-part finale, I'm so ready. And a premiere. We are blessed. 12 hours.
Finale.
Guys, I'm so excited. Holy shit.
But like we deserve it.
Okay,
And
let's
that's
be
in batteries.
true.
I 100%
God.
know what you mean, but I also actually do want the suffering.
Yeah, I want the suffering.
Like, I will die, like I said, but it will be a good death. And I will appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh my god, I totally agree with you. Lindy Booth directing, though.
Oh my
You
god, I've been
guys.
waiting to talk about that. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I want to talk about that so badly because I love her
Remember-
and I'm so excited. Women in film. 4XO9 was directed by a woman too, and now 4XO10's gonna be, and I'm ready.
And it's gonna be about
I'm very
Jenkins.
close to the mic right now.
Also, guys, there's 65 days until the premiere.
It's gonna be about Jenkins.
And we know what it's going to be
65
about.
official days until the
you
premiere.
actually know what it's gonna be about, which is
I mean,
the
yeah,
scary
but
part.
It's about
it's about Jenkins.
Can we talk about how so we weren't even expecting to meet Lindy Booth when we went on the set tour because, you know,
I
like
mean,
everyone,
we've
a bunch of
talked
people
about
were
this.
gone. But like,
For
now
those
we
who
can
don't
talk about
know,
how she was doing overtime and like and stuff into the weekend to work on it because she was so excited, and I think that's so adorable.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, she was like
God.
obsessed.
Yeah, I know she told us that like she was shadowing Noah Wiley and like that. I know we saw her. She was basically scouting when we saw her at the park.
That's so cool.
They were
Noah
like
has
trying to
2
figure out how to
episodes
shoot
here.
everything.
Oh, that's so
Noah has 2
adorable.
episodes this year, where he's directing and one where he's writing. I think.
Same as last year, right?
He's writing the premiere. At least I think.
Oh,
Good.
I think he's the
I like his
premiere.
writing.
no, I thought he was writing 404.
That makes sense.
I like his.
Oh no, he's
Kelly
definitely
just asked
writing
us-
404.
I like his writing as long as it's not another. I mean,
If it's not another Flint
we got
episode.
that Flint sense.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Like we've had enough, you know. Like I get that episode.
Did you
needed,
just
it
say
was really
Flint
good,
tense?
but
Because that's amazing.
Oh my
Flint
god!
tense.
Just found a portal to a different world. Yeah, mine is Ezekiel too, Kelly, by the way. Oh, also I'm Dutchling on the chat.
Flint tense is the new trend.
Yeah,
I love that.
Flint's and Lit Masons. I'm going on Twitter. Okay, but yeah, I feel like we don't like Flint. I just hope that they aren't as like intensely Flint tense, you know, like they aren't as tongue
I don't
washed.
think they're gonna be.
Because, you know, like one tongue washy episode is enough. Like it could be Flint centric without being excessive per se.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I
There's
I
so
really
many
like
random words being thrown around here.
I know.
I know.
It's too tongue washy.
Kirka. Oh my god.
Kirka. We gotta change your
I feel
name.
like he's 7 episodes out of 12 this year.
The original was Kirdo, and now it's Kira Prime. Now we gotta go for the Kirka.
Kirka, yeah, I agree.
I
How about
love
Captain Kirka?
Oh my
gosh.
Oh my god, that's your new name.
You just broke
You're
my
welcome.
brain.
Okay.
You're welcome.
One moment.
Holy shit.
Changing it live on
Just
camera.
gonna have a little bit of a.
Thank you,
apparently
adapted batteries,
Wow,
for
I
that.
can't
Really?
say the word. An
I just wanna
intermission
inform
break, apparently, where Kira's going to change her name
It's
on Google.
Kirka.
Now it is Kirka.
Captain Kirka.
Captain Kirka.
I just want to
Anyway,
inform everyone that the Gay Agenda group Thunderdome is now named Lit Masons. Officially.
Okay.
Still need to add Dancy, by the way.
Oh
No,
yeah.
I'm getting really
and-
distracted by pictures of John Kim right now. This is not.
When aren't you? Let's be honest. When aren't you getting distracted?
You have a real problem. What's not a problem?
Very specifically by pictures of John. Very
So,
specifically, just pointing that out.
Theory wise, I want
I'm
to talk
still
about.
distracted by that old story.
So
that
we've
he
talked
posted.
about, like, the whole fandom has really talked more and more about the idea that Ezekiel is a demigod of some sort, because we know.
so scared that we're gonna get that like totally debunked in episode 2. I have
I
like
hope
a
not.
very
Same.
hard feeling that it's gonna be like regular people, just with like maybe like I don't know, we were talking about Den of Thieves, so I mean like humans when I say regular
Well,
people.
yeah, but that doesn't mean that it
It's not-
debunks it, because, you know,
Yeah, Jess. Yes, Jess. You go, honey.
there's a
Oh, and,
lot of stuff going
Can
around.
I say that? I don't know if I can say that.
What?
Isn't it not
Type it into
say
the
it.
Litz chat. We'll
Yeah.
tell you yes or no.
It's I mean we say we're gonna see his family
Oh.
Yeah.
because
oh,
I
yeah.
know specifically what family we're definitely going to see.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, I
say it.
say we
'Cause
tell.
when we were talking to John, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll get you into the writers' room panel," and he said, "We'll just say your family." When I told him that I felt like that'd be hard to pull off, considering what Alex and I look like, he said, "Oh, you guys haven't seen my mom," and he was talking about like Ezekiel's mom. or you haven't seen Ezekiel's mom. So like, I guess she's gonna be
No,
in that episode in terms of family. Like,
But
it's
that's-
gonna be Ezekiel's mother, definitely.
But that's interesting because, like, Ezekiel's whole thing, like, his arc has always been, like, it seems, especially in the Loom of Fate, where he was like, I showed up to the library as a teenager and you were like my mom, Eve. So, you know, in that universe, he bailed, and so
You know
if it's a den of thieves and his mom is
Well, maybe-
involved, like, she's not going to be a good mom. Like, he obviously
No,
doesn't. There's a reason he has no ties to anyone, even though his family is not dead.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird, and it's gonna be.
I wonder
sad.
if John Kim is just lying to us.
If he
I would
is,
be-
Because he knows.
I'm gonna call
He
him and I'm gonna
knows
yell.
that we're gonna obsess over it.
I'm gonna call him and I'm gonna be mad.
Just
I
know,
would
John,
be
if you're
so
watching
glad.
and lying
Bitch,
to us, we're gonna
listen,
find you.
okay?
Would
No,
you?
no, I would be so
You
glad.
betrayed us.
I'll be in New
For
York
real,
this
whenever-
weekend. Like, I'll
I
find
will
you,
find
and I
you,
will.
and I will end you. I mean,
Let me just finish her
Maggie-
sentence. Did you? That was crazy.
Yeah,
But,
we're that close, you know. Just
So,
happens.
before we get debunked, as far as the theories for Ezekiel being somehow, you know, related to a god of some sort, we know that the second episode, where we see his family, it is the Steal of Fortune, and it has
That's
to
the
do.
patron saint of thieves. Yeah.
The patron of
It
thieves.
has, but do we
His
know if
father.
that? Do we know for sure that the patron saint of thieves is involved in the same episode as the casino stealing luck? But it's also the Christmas episode, and the patron saint of thieves is apparently Santa's
So
brother.
many different themes all at
But
once.
literally, what if patron of thieves is his dad?
I mean,
Oh,
yeah, so, like,
And Santa's your uncle.
we could get debunked, or we could be so
Oh my
right.
god, Santa's
I swear to God, if two characters,
Uncle Santa would be nice.
Because
I swear,
Okay.
if two of the characters have Christmas-related origins, I'm going to kill someone.
Oh,
No,
What
but-
if that's why Ezekiel's on the naughty list? Because he's just related to a bad guy. Like, he's not
No.
himself. He's
no,
just...
that's the. I feel like when in the Christmas episode when
That would give me even
when
more
Eve
reasons to
put
hate Santa.
Santa's hat onto Santa was like, this should be interesting, and I feel like the way he said it, it could be more than just you're gonna act weird. Because if you think about it, Duloc couldn't handle wearing the hat, like it like made him
Duloc is a little bitch.
physically weaker, you know, even though he's immortal, like it was hurting him to fight it. Like it was visibly like he was struggling to fight it, whereas Ezekiel was fighting it all day and was
kinda-
only weird, you know.
I just realized something.
What?
During the panel, like the Librarians one, they were making jokes about how Ezekiel still doesn't have any sort of magic.
Ugh, I
And
hate that.
Me
I
too.
feel like-
It literally
If-
makes sense.
There
It makes-
was going to be something, they would have hinted it, and they wouldn't have, and John
Hmm.
wouldn't have complained so much.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
okay. So let's
So,
talk about that. Let's
That
talk about
in
that.
terms of this theory, I don't know what that's going to mean,
Hmm.
unless John was just really good at hiding it.
Isn't the
But it wouldn't
Christmas
make much
episode
sense.
number 3, though?
No,
Christmas episode's
because
number 2.
Because number 3 is
sorry.
called the In the
Number 3.
Midnight Ride.
Wait,
Yeah, I
what?
was thinking
So
about
nobody-
that.
Maybe Dean just misspoke at the panel because he said it was 2.
Well, I was assuming that the Christmas one was number 3 because it's In the Midnight Ride.
Yeah, that's what everyone
This
thought.
gotta
for
be
a while.
Dick move. If
You
it
know what?
wasn't.
We'll find out. At this point.
Flint
Okay,
was
but-
saying in the chat, what if
Text
Ezekiel
John,
is the
just be like,
champion of the
"Which
patron of
episode?"
thieves?
Sorry, Alasse,
Can I like
could you repeat
go
that? I
DM
couldn't
Dean and be
catch
like,
that.
hey, can you tell us which one's the
Dean,
Christmas
if you're
episode?
watching, Dean, if you're watching, put it in the chat.
Yeah, yeah, Dean, please.
I don't think.
Could you
If
repeat
he's watching, I'd cry.
If Dean is watching,
If
right
he
now,
does
he's probably
watch it, I
like,
think he
"Fuck,
watches
they
it,
figured
like-
it all out."
No, we're not that smart. Okay,
Damn, they figured out my secret plot.
let's talk about how Ezekiel, like, it made me, it literally rubbed me so wrong in the finale when Sandra was like, I have the power to move thought, and Jake's like, I have this magic tattoo, and Ezekiel's like, I have this potion that actually doesn't make sense.
Special
Like,
water.
I know. I was so
We're
annoyed.
supposed to be
So
talking season
furious.
4, and now I'm just ready to complain about Curse of Sanity again.
yeah,
That
like,
reminds me so much of that SNL skit with Donald Trump's kids. Like, I'm Ivanka, the brains. I'm Donald Jr. And I'm Eric.
Did they
Kelly!
or did they just pretend she doesn't exist?
No,
like
screw
Donald
Tiffany.
does?
She doesn't exist.
Exactly.
okay, but like, and it's like, if it wasn't the 2 white characters, it would be less weird. Let's be real.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, it would be less weird if it was, oh, these 2 whites have super awesome powers, and then the only main character that's not white doesn't.
That is, that's
Okay.
awkward and not.
It made me so uncomfortable. I was like,
It makes me really uncomfortable too.
But
And, like,
Especially
it's-
Ezekiel kind of gets the shit end in a lot of the episodes.
I feel
Yes.
like they're making up for it now, because I think we're starting to get a lot more Ezekiel than we have in the other seasons.
Hopefully.
But the thing is, they were holding back on Ezekiel in a lot of ways on purpose because he's the mystery guy. So they had to do
And
his
now-
development in a lot of different, more subtle ways, and they did a good job doing that. But the Lits all felt equal in different ways up until that season. They don't feel.
I'm sorry.
I wonder if
They don't
it's
I just worked for
God
8
damn
hours.
it. God damn it.
They don't feel equal anymore, even if it's in different ways. Like, it feels unbalanced, and that's always been. It's just weird to me.
Kelly.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
And
No, I get you, Pierce.
Hopefully Ezekiel will get some kind of magic soon.
yeah, because otherwise,
Because like,
And, like,
yeah.
especially at the
Yeah,
end,
generally,
Actually, be a
kind-
thing, Kelly. Like, they didn't realize how much
That's-
of a fan
that's
base
also pretty
Ezekiel was
fair,
gonna
Kelly, yeah.
have until we showed up, and then they were like, "Shit,
They're like, oh,
we gotta."
They're like, oh
Let's
wait,
go.
fuck.
I doubt it. I feel
We
like
don't
they've
want to
been
lose
building
half
up
of
for
our
a long time.
viewership.
I feel like they've just been building up for a long time. I feel like Ezekiel isn't treated that differently, or at least he wasn't. You know, as far as the depth and length.
Yeah.
The only thing, we wouldn't get a lot of his backstory compared to everybody else, and that was for a reason. Like, we would get development with him and stuff, but it would just have a lot of holes in it because they hold back so much of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now it just feels like they did all that.
It's making
And-
sense because now he's opening up after all this time.
Like,
Like, especially
Like-
in terms of. I know Cassandra was really like the first one who we learned about, which makes sense. She's like the most open of all 3 of them. And then Jake, because it
She's
just
like-
happened to run into it, and he's not the kind of person who will like hide it once it's there.
Yeah.
And it was like his whole arc of opening up and learning not to hide himself anyway, so it was gonna happen. And we've got
Except
to the
for
point
yourself.
where,
Final
like,
season.
Ezekiel has changed so much that we need to like address who he is.
You know
Yeah, 'cause,
what? I feel like now it's Ezekiel's season to do that.
I wanted to do Ezekiel and Jenkins
Because-
season.
No, we don't.
Last
Thinking
season,
more about them.
last season was Ezekiel pretending it was Ezekiel being really different because of the point of salvation, because we know that he remembers it. And so he's really different, and he acted a lot different. But that season,
Yeah.
as Dean said, was him trying to pretend that he wasn't different. He was still the
Yeah.
person he used to be. And you saw that a lot, especially in the reunion of Evil and stuff, when he was like hiding behind his phone, but he was spending the whole time stressing out about his friends being on a mission without him. And
Yeah,
you
we
know,
need,
so and then he finally snapped and got mad about it when they stopped taking him seriously, but he knows that he put himself in that hole and he's trying to maintain it, but it doesn't benefit him anymore. And I think that this season he's gonna drop the act because he thinks that he's given enough time that maybe they won't notice. He's like, maybe if I start acting really different now, they won't.
Maybe they won't notice.
Yeah, maybe they won't notice. I don't know if they've, but then again, all of these characters seem really stupid when it comes to other people. So,
relatable.
so I really
Oh,
the way they treat Ezekiel, like the way that I can't tell if they believe him or not about not remembering, like, how they feel about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know I know that they are frustrated by how Ezekiel held back his stuff. Like, it's pretty obvious they're frustrated by that. But I don't know if they know that he remembers yet because he's trying to hide it, and they're not that upset.
I think a few of them probably think that if he doesn't remember, he's intentionally blocked it out. At least that's what
They all have their own little theories, and they talk about it like this. They're like, so
We're not getting back into that theory, Kira. Where they're secretly all us.
Yeah. Anyway, but like,
we've been down that dark path too many times.
About this upcoming season that we want to talk about?
Shut up, Rachel. Your face is amazing. How dare you?
Talk about?
Do you want to talk about the body switching?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because
I'm very confused.
Gene says it's going to be a character swapping with a fan.
But like, are you sure that's what?
That is 100% absolutely what he said. A character.
Is it going to be the episode? Is it going to be the episode where Cassandra is holding a crossbow?
No, that's. What were the names again?
That's what I wanted to talk
figure
about.
It out based on the names.
Give me 5 seconds.
We
wanted to talk about the trial.
We don't know anything about. We don't know anything about Bleeding Crown or Graves of Time. Or Disenchanted Forest.
Wait, maybe. Well, okay, it can't be 10 because that's Jenkins, so that wouldn't make sense.
It's not 9. It's not 9.
It's gotta be Graves of Time, Disenchanted Forest, or Hidden Sanctuary. If it's gonna.
What about Bleeding Crown?
That's what. Yeah. Oh, or Bleeding Crown. Sorry. Yeah. So it's like 405 through 408. It's gonna be one of those.
I feel like it might be Bleeding Crown. I feel like that sounds.
I don't think it's Bleeding Crown. Could possibly be 406. I mean, we know a little bit about 405 because I kind of guessed it when we were at the set.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what's 405 again?
The Bleeding Crown.
Oh, what did you guess again? If you can't say it here, PM me.
Here, I'll send the image of the names to you on Hangouts.
But the trial of the one is obviously the one where.
That's part of the finale.
The trial. What?
Well, we don't know that, City. Cause
she said it.
That 405 was?
Yeah. I mean, it's already in the trailer.
Well, no, you thought the tubes that we see in the promo were for it. And I don't know if we
I asked her whether it was that genre. She said, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's that specific episode.
Didn't you ask her if it was that episode? You're like, is it 405?
Anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't know when it's going to happen. I'm slightly concerned
because
it's going to be their depiction of what they think we're like.
Oh, shit.
Yikes.
Well, is it going to be Maggie style fan or Summer style fan or Kira style fan? I'm really curious.
Is me style fan like violent and mean?
I'm not going to comment on that.
I'm really hoping it's not.
Jake's supposed to sing this season.
Oh yeah.
Yes, bitch. What? Yes.
I just remembered that. If
that's it.
Body swaps.
Oh my god, I'm already planning a bunch of fanfictions in my head now.
Oh god. Speaking of Caniacs, Lynn, if you're watching, welcome.
Stop.
Don't do this.
We don't talk about her. She must not be named.
Yeah, no, actually, please don't.
I hope that you're.
What the heck else?
You know what else I'm really excited? Sorry.
He is singing. He said it in one of the interviews, I believe, or at the panel. I can't remember.
That's good.
He said at one point though he is in fact singing this season.
Thank God.
So we get to see that.
But
I hope the
trial of the one. The trial of the one. That's obviously
the trial of one.
The trial of one. Yeah, trial of one. Whatever that means.
Maybe we'll finally get to address what's special about Eve and what Charlene said to her.
Please, I need more.
But like that's also the episode.
If it's
the Cassandra
well, I mean that could be them like helping Eve in some way.
Yeah, like Cassandra has a crossbow, and so does Jake in that behind the scenes picture we saw. And then in the promo picture, Ezekiel is in the same place, but he doesn't have a crossbow. He has something that looks like a gun to me, but some weird kind of gun. Like it doesn't. I don't know.
It looks like a harpoon gun or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like a grappling hook.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because him and Eve use guns the most. Like Jake fights, but he never uses guns. Flynn's never used a gun. Cassandra used one when she was evil, but that's that.
That was pretty great.
It was great. She was like snatched.
That was beautiful.
This bitch empty.
One thing
I'm
really the body swapping is going to be ridiculous. Another thing I'm really excited about is the time traveling librarian from the past that they mentioned.
But I think that website just misspoke because we know for a fact that that's Nicole.
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to figure out if they mean Nicole or if they mean somebody else.
But
because people always mess that up.
This is an area
like librarian, guardian.
Be going to and. Because that is
we know too much.
Yeah, we do.
That may have been what you're talking about, Nance.
What?
From what we read in
Wait,
409. Do you remember?
No.
Like that other little subplot? Okay.
I'm literally picking up the script right now. Let me find it.
The random name. Hold up.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's probably what they're talking about.
Oh.
So maybe Nicole goes when she goes back in time with H.G. Wells' time machine. She goes farther back in time and walks around a bit before she comes back, and then that's how she
just running just a block. Just walking a block.
Oh, it must be in here.
Are you still looking for your set of sides? Not sure.
I have it in this box.
That's something you really should not be taking out, Kira.
No, I'm not.
The omnipotent God is speaking. Please do not reveal spoilers.
Of this topic because
CD, look, I framed this.
Oh my god.
Kira,
I framed yours.
Back away, you're gonna get hit by
put it up
lightning.
If my camera was working, I could show you guys the poster and all the pictures from Portland hanging behind me, but
I have my DARPA thing behind me.
I have my perfume bottle like over there.
I don't want to reveal anything. I just want to know the name for myself because I haven't actually got along.
What else can we talk about?
Well, there's an episode called "And the Dude Named Jeff," which is hilarious.
That's Lindy's episode too.
Yeah,
that could be.
God.
Dude named
That could be the body swap.
Oh shit!
What episode?
I can't
What episode?
say. But you guys remember what we read in this? I feel so bad for our audience right now. But you guys remember what we read in 409?
The audience don't feel too bad. I have no idea what they're talking about either.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't
teasing.
Type it.
The audience
Please,
I need so do I don't know what they're talking about either.
How to say this? How do you type on this version of?
Just go into the list of the roundtable chat.
Yeah, I am.
Please, I need this. Okay, so while you're doing that, we're just gonna go to our list of things we can discuss.
Yeah, hold on.
John Kim's abs. Yeah, that's
yeah, basically.
For a while.
What a transition. Thanks, Summer.
Yeah.
Stuff in the bank. I like this note.
John Kim's arms, though.
Can we not?
Oh, yeah,
I'm starting
that was
to
easy to figure out.
Guys, don't distract Maggie.
Or like Eve's like back muscles or something.
Okay, but Eve's jawline.
Very not talk about John.
Let's be
All I
honest.
asked right now.
Okay, my girlfriend.
So clear.
Whenever me and my girlfriend watch Librarians together, she always pulls out a pen and paper to draw Eve because she's like, Rebecca Romijn is so pretty.
Yes, she is. Oh my god.
She is.
Like she's done that every single time we've ever watched it together. I'm not kidding.
Kelly, Jesus Christ.
Can we talk about the possibility that the black and white film could be Casablanca?
I mean,
It'd be
it
great
really
if it
was
was.
such a
We've already had a Simone
passion.
reference.
You have no
We
idea how
had-
much I
We
hate that
have
movie.
Nichols coming back. But we need an Emily reference.
Can you imagine at the very
Oh my
end,
gosh, yes.
Flynn just, doing the famous line at the end?
Again?
but again, he already
He didn't
did that. He already had the ending scene of Casablanca as the end of his second movie.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah, again.
Again. I mean, I don't mind, but yeah.
It'd be so good.
But yeah, we,
Amazing
you know,
that movie
If
so
the black and white
much.
movie is gonna be one of those like alien, like weird sci-fi movies.
I don't think so because remember we saw the posters. They
I
didn't
don't
look any
remember the posters. I remember nothing.
Wait, what posters?
in the art department.
Nancy UK.
Oh, yeah. I
Which
did.
They didn't look
Am I getting a
sci-fi-y.
little shot?
Yeah.
The one for them going back in the movies. They showed us the posters they had for the.
I can't
Like-
remember for the life of me.
I assume the posters that they'll hang for somewhere. I don't
Weren't
know.
they like
But I won't.
weren't they like PI type movies?
That's what the movie looked like in the trailer, and that's what the posters. Look
I mean,
like.
even
I
holding
think-
hands, so. Maybe
And
that's
we have a
okay.
bunch of people a bunch of extras posted pictures of themselves on set for that set because they were all dressed all old timey and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, and it looks really noir. You know,
Mhm.
it's a really noir like film thriller look. I think that's what it
What if
looks
it's the
like.
Maltese Falcon?
And noir is where the silver screen I think is known most as a term
Yeah.
Mhm.
per se. So that would make the most sense. And Jonathan Frakes, is that how you say that? I hope so.
Frakes.
Anyway,
Yeah, Frakes.
Frakes, yeah. Anyway, but he's directing that episode.
Mhm.
I love it.
I love it.
Mhm.
His episode of The Orville was really well directed.
Yes. I mean, the Orville is just in general.
Another show
Let's
y'all
not.
would like.
Let's not.
But like,
Oops.
I hope Frakes, like, do you
We are a
guys know
one
if
fandom kind of podcast.
he's directing any more of the show
He's directing 3
I think
episodes.
he's directing 3, you said?
Yeah, 3.
of this season?
I mean,
I've
he
been
usually
stalking the
directs a
people,
couple.
so yeah, 3.
I hope so. His episodes are the highest rated on IMDb, with no surprise.
But his episodes are good. I mean,
Mhm.
his episodes are amazing.
Especially the point of salvation. I really hope this season, if it's gonna be like they said, you know, there's gonna be a lot of Ezekiel stuff, and you know, it's gonna be more personal. I want the others to know that he remembers. You know, like obviously.
Yeah,
he-
like you want it like acknowledged, and I
Yeah.
feel you.
yeah,
I'm trying
like
to
if
decide whether or not it seems like this is going to be a big Ezekiel season because Ezekiel stuff is like at the forefront of the season and they only have like the first half of the season like actually actually edited. So we're only
Maybe.
seeing Zeke stuff right now, but then it might just turn to like Cassandra and Jake by the time we get to the other half of the season.
It's gonna
I
be
don't know. I feel like
well, so
yeah. I feel like
yeah.
maybe we're so used to know Ezekiel stuff that now we're getting a normal amount of Ezekiel stuff in comparison to the other characters. But it's such
But
a
it seems
shock.
like it's a whole season dedicated to him
Yeah,
because we know
but it's
there's
such
a
a
lot of
sh-
other stuff going on with Jenkins and I guess apparently now with Eve, and it's like there's a lot.
I
There's
actually
not
have to
between the
go.
characters.
And now we have to deal with the whole idea of them being superheroes and like whatever the heck
Mhm.
that means.
Superheroes.
I'm
Bye,
still.
Summer.
Bye.
Fine.
Bye,
We should
guys.
actually wrap it up.
Like the theme of them trying to have normal lives and having, I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. It's definitely. I don't even know. It's gonna be something.
Okay, but like, what if
Kelly,
the
oh
only-
my god.
what if what if his mom is dead and we see her in a flashback and he's bringing?
That's what I think is gonna happen. Honestly.
Yeah, I feel like we might see some other parts of his family being alive, but his mom. Because that would make a lot of sense with young Ezekiel, right? And it would make a lot of sense if she was dead based on his behavior in the entire show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the stuff that he has said about his past seemed like he had a lack of a mother at the time that he came to the library in the other universe, and I don't see why that would be different. Or maybe that is the one thing that was different, and the reason he didn't go to the library the first time in this universe is because his mom wasn't dead. I don't know.
Probably,
But
yeah.
maybe that's
We'll
it.
figure it out, I guess.
I need Nessie
65 more
back.
days.
Oh my god.
I want to know if Cassandra, if her powers, like, I don't really care about. Actually, I want to know what Jake's powers even do because I don't really get it.
It's just a cool
But-
tattoo.
I mean,
Yeah.
are they going to keep the
But 'cause-
powers?
I mean,
That's what
there
I'm
are
really interested in.
there are pictures, and Jake still has the tattoo in them, so at least they didn't forget that. Like they forgot
Yeah.
Excalibur.
I hope Excalibur comes back.
It's right here, guys. It's still
Maybe
lives.
that's why. Maybe that's why they couldn't bring him because Nancy has him.
I stole him.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Nancy,
So-
give him back. They need him back.
God damn it, Nancy.
I need him.
We all need it.
We all need him. We do. We all
This
need
is
him.
reminding me of that fanfiction I wrote. So, anyways.
All right.
The Librarians trailers keep getting more dramatic, and I'm living. Like, we're past the point. I'm just like, oh my god.
I'm very salty. The Arthurian stuff in the show is part of the reason that I literally lost my mind when I first saw it. Because I was raised on the original
And it's like
Librarians
the reason
movies,
why
you know,
we're
but
named.
yeah, but like when
Lore.
I watched the show and it had that part underlying, like not only did it make the whole lore make more sense and make it all seem much deeper than it originally felt, but
Mhm.
it's just great. It's awesome. You know,
It is
speaking of
interesting.
theories, like if the library, okay, so they think the library is evil. That's their theory because something is happening to it, right? And I think based on the show and what we know about how they, you know, portray things, I don't think it's evil. I mean, they're just building up hype, just like they built up hype for killing a main character, but then they killed Charlene, and everyone was like, "That's sad, but we don't really care."
Yeah, that is actually basically what happened.
Hi, Charlene.
You, honey, oh my god, yes!
But yeah, I don't think the library is actually.
I think they're going to have like a question, is it good or is it evil? I think they're going to question the motives of the library and maybe the whole concept of taking everything away from people and not teaching people the dangers of magic. And they're just going to be questioning all of those.
Yeah, and the fact that it specifically lures in expendable people
Mm-hmm.
and uses them and stuff like that. Like, I feel like so mean, but like, me too. That's my life. I'm only mean sometimes, but when I am mean, it's true. So you can't say anything.
Oh god.
Last year?
Yeah, they
Kelly
totally-
says last year they had the eye and it was a pyramid. Or was it a pyramid? Yeah. Yeah, the eye of
Oh
Ra
yeah,
really
that was kind of
wasn't-
like. It was more like a symbol, and that's not that was it. Yeah. It was more like a symbol of the season, but yeah, I'm wondering what the color scheme is because it was like blue the first season, and kind of like greenish, dark purple. You
It
know,
looks greenish.
the second.
It looks greenish.
So far, the pictures look greenish, but
Yeah.
we don't know. I hope it's. I hope so because I like green.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting a lot of nature stuff too, with Disenchanted Forest and all that.
Mhm.
And it looks like Trial One's outside.
And the dude named Jeff has like a witch hut thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, earlier on, it seemed like they were doing a time travel-y theme for the whole season, but I don't think that's true anymore. But there are a lot of seasons
No, it's-
that... It seems like a lot of episodes and themes, though, have to do with stuff that happened in the past.
Yeah, like they're gonna start off with some time travel with Nicole and stuff, and the H.G. Wells' time machine, but then they go through all the stuff like they're going to place like they go back into old movies, but not back into that time. They go back into the movies. They go face off against Confederate reenactors, which I can say because an article talked about it. So yeah,
Yeah,
going,
that happens in 4X01 or 4X09, the one that we saw.
Yeah. And
I think the entire theme for this season is like history.
That would make sense because they're going.
I feel like it's time.
Yeah, I mean because they're questioning the history of the library too.
And then they're questioning their own personal histories more, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I bet it's going to be how the past affects the future.
Yeah.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
That would be
because we're getting to this point where we're past prophecy. So now our characters are looking to the past to try and understand what's going to happen in the future because there's no idea of what's going to happen because we've gotten past the point where they face the ultimate evil.
And
there's just blank pages.
They started dropping they started talking about how new artifacts are being created, like new stuff. Yeah. But they didn't really go anywhere with that last season. Besides that filler episode, they wanted to like establish that that's happening. I think for this season, which Dean said it's going to be a lot different.
Yeah,
stuff.
I agree.
So I feel like they're going to be, because now that the ley lines aren't going crazy anymore and making new stuff, they're going to be going around and trying to figure out what got made in that time period.
Yeah, because the clippings book doesn't send them to new stuff. It's harder for the clippings book to send them to stuff that just happened.
Yeah. I feel like Ezekiel should make something. Like, he improved the clipping book once by putting it on his phone. Like, you would think he would be the one, since he's kind of like the science meets technology, the magic meets technology. He's more willing to experiment with it.
You just want to talk about how you think Ezekiel is going to be Jenkins.
I hope so.
He's more willing to experiment than Jenkins, and that was what we saw in the Loom of Fate. He's like, let's do this.
Yeah,
so
I hope we get a bit more of that process instead of just, hey, I made this, look at how handy this is for right now. I hope we get a bit more of the process, to be honest.
That'd be cool.
Like, we see it with Jenkins when he's building stuff, kind of like follows him building it. Like, I want that with Ezekiel. Like, sometimes we see him tinkering with stuff, like, the magic spectrometer and stuff like that. I want more of that. Like, technology and yes.
Maybe,
like, if you're not going to give him magic, make him better.
Imagine if... Yeah, where did that lightsaber come from?
Maybe it's in the library.
It probably is.
So dope. I mean...
It was a prop which became real? Maybe?
Or maybe Ezekiel made it with magic.
I would have put it past him.
Jenkins
that would be something movie buff Ezekiel Jones would do, honestly.
Yes.
At this
Honestly, yes.
And then it would be something that they would do to have Jenkins first be like, how could you make this without telling me? Why did you make this? This is so stupid and frivolous. And then he's like, give me this light sword.
Maybe Ezekiel made it after the vampire scene with the sword, and he was like, I can make this way easier for you, honey. He just went for it. That would be so cool. Probably not, but it would be so cool. Someone break this, please. Guys. Thanks.
Alright. I have a feeling we should be wrapping up.
Yeah.
We've gone for an hour about 15 minutes. So, any closing thoughts? We're excited. They're going to be studios. There's a lot of their past going on. We all love Ezekiel Jones too much.
I remember it's going to be on Wednesdays.
And it's going to be on Wednesdays.
It's going to be on Wednesdays.
Yes,
we can say this one more time when we do another stream in December.
Let's talk about how
8 p.m.
Let's talk about how we need to start working on the season 5 renewal now.
We can discuss that after the stream. Yeah. But yeah, you guys, hashtag Librarian season 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Just join us in that. Pay attention. Stay tuned for all the hashtags.
Alright. So, am I going to be the one closing this? Is that what's happening?
Thank you guys for joining the stream.
Yeah.
You all are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
It's so glad to be back.
We're going to be so embarrassing.
Yeah, actually, I'm already embarrassed. So let me be real.
You're the god.
I think we do better than we've done in the past. I feel like we did some good damage control.
You made fun of me today.
In a loving way.
But you know,
I said nothing.
I'm
That's
offended.
almost as bad.
Oh
I
no,
was a
don't be
bystander.
offended. I'm sorry.
Alright, that's it for us, I
Classic
guess.
millennial.
One last shy monkey, bam.
Oh,
Bye.
weird. Bye.
Bye.